Hey everybody, it's PDubs, and it looks like New Wave Toys has decided to travel back in time. Okay, guys, we are back. Just a quick news update, as well as just quick first impression of the latest news coming last night, broadcast on the New Wave Toys official YouTube channel for their upcoming next New Wave Toys Replicade, and they've gone with a digital leisure game. Also made by Sega, but Digital Leisure, the folks behind Dragon's Lair 2, etc., who New Wave Toys already has a relationship with and licenses for and has released Replicades. They are now coming out with the Time Traveler Hologram Replicade machine, and obviously these are just renders right here. And what's very, very interesting is this completely came out of the blue. That's right, guys. So last night they were broadcasting, talking about the latest updates, gave updates on their Black Hole Pinball machine coming soon, updates on the Golden Tee and Crystal Castles machines, all stuff we're hoping to see by summer. But they announced that the next licensed game that they have coming soon is actually going to be Time Traveler. Now, this was, I guess, the world's first 3D holographic arcade game, and I would love to tell you guys that I have all this massive experience and knowledge about this PC CD-ROM type game, but unfortunately I don't. This game was released way back in 1991. You play as this Old West cowboy named Marshall Graham, and you have to save the universe from an evil scientist, right? Now, what's interesting is that, it's a combination of laser discs and holograms. Joystick arcade controls, has a 4-way joystick, an action button, as well as a time reversal button. You can use that button to rewind and repeat the last few segments of your particular segment or failed segment. And they played this entire video talking about the history of this game. I'll have this link below. I encourage you guys to watch it. And this is very interesting because a lot of us were just assuming that because they were making a whole bunch of trackball games, that the next game release would be the Marble Madness game, that would be the next one, because it seemed that's what they were teasing. But after coming out with both Golden Tee and then Crystal Castles, it kind of makes sense to skip a trackball game, because people might have trackball burnout and maybe do Marble Madness down the road, and this is what people are going to get instead. Now, I personally have never played this game. I have never played this game before a day in my life. I have seen it in person, though. We visited Chicago a couple times, going to the Galloping Ghost arcade, and they have one there. And what's funny is, when you're walking around, the hundreds and hundreds of arcade machines that got crammed in that building, I actually walked past this one and looked at it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool looking. But also, full transparency, guys, I thought it looked like a giant, washing machine, right? It didn't make me really want to play it. So I definitely missed out on whatever nostalgia people have for this particular game. So unfortunately, I've never played it before. I think it's a very, very cool concept, though, and now I wish I had tried it at Galloping Ghost, because I can't recall ever seeing it before in my life, except for at that Galloping Ghost arcade in Chicago. Now, what comes to a quick reaction is, I think that this is a really cool idea. I mean, this is a game that was originally licensed by Sega. The question is Sega still involved now to this day, or did the license change hand? A lot of these classic there's my thumbnail. A lot of these classic arcade games have changed hands over time. So even though it may have been released by one company, someone else owns the IP today, right? So does this mean New Wave Toys has the Sega license? I can't answer that question for you. When it comes to the actual design, these are the renders that they showed. And the only real big concern I have for this is obviously a mini 1/6 scale Replicade, but it's going to have a high price tag, somewhere between $300 to $400, guys. I mean, that is a lot of money for a 1/6 scale collectible. It could be their most expensive product they've ever done. They made no bones about it. And in fact, Shiloh and Eduardo from New Wave Toys mentioned during their stream last night that they put a survey monkey out there to get a survey from their fans if they actually should move forward with this. Would the fans actually buy it and be willing to spend close to, $300 to $400 all in on this particular product, on this mini Replicade. I mean, that's a lot of money. I'm definitely going to have to chew on it myself because I don't have the personal nostalgia for this game that others do. But what I can tell you guys is what I like to see from this home arcade community, and what we've long been missing from companies, is the surprise factor, right? The wow factor. And I think they definitely surprised and shocked the hell out of folks last night that this was going to be potentially their next Replicade release. It's something that nobody expected, and probably based upon the reactions of folks in their live chat, something that a lot of people might actually want. So the question is are you interested in more? $300 for this, potentially, if it actually comes to fruition. Definitely let me know. Me personally, I don't have the nostalgia for this game, so I don't know for sure if I'll dive in on it. I'll definitely continue following this Replicade and covering the news for you guys like I always do. But I got to give my hat off to New Wave Toys for doing something completely unexpected and something that appears to be completely welcoming when it comes to our little niche community. Give me your thoughts, feedback, reactions below. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up on the way out. And as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing.